Harley-Davidson has long been the king of the open road, but in 2025 not everyone wants to pay top dollar for that crown. This year there are plenty of cheaper alternatives offering classic cruiser style, strong performance, and solid reliability without the Harley price tag. Let's break them down. Number 7. Triumph Bonneville T120. For riders who want retro charm without sacrificing modern reliability, the Triumph Bonneville T120 is a top-tier choice. It combines the visual spirit of a 1960s British roadster with the comfort, technology, and mechanical polish of a modern-day machine. From the moment you throw a leg over the low-slung bench seat and grab those wide, upright handlebars, it becomes clear this is not some gimmick or nostalgia play. This is a legitimate everyday motorcycle that just happens to look like it rolled out of a vintage film reel. At the core of the T120 is a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine displacing 1,200 cubic centimeters. It produces 79 horsepower and 77 pound-feet of torque, offering a broad, smooth torque curve that makes roll-on power feel effortless. It's the kind of engine you do not have to wring out just to feel alive. Braking is handled by dual disc brakes with anti-lock braking system technology for controlled stops. The front suspension uses traditional forks tuned for road comfort, while the rear twin shocks offer adjustable preload. Weighing just around 520 pounds, the T120 is light enough for nimble control, yet solid enough for confident highway stability, even in windier conditions. If you've ever thrown a leg over a Harley-Davidson Sportster S or the Nightster and found them a bit too harsh or aggressive, the T120 might be exactly what you're looking for. It carries that same stripped-back classic profile without the clunky ergonomics or the muscle bike attitude. This is a cruiser for riders who appreciate finesse, linear throttle response, confident cornering, and a ride that doesn't wear you out after 100 miles. Triumph gave this machine the full touring-ready treatment. Heated grips come standard, making those chilly morning rides far more bearable. You also get full cruise control, selectable ride modes, and LED lighting, all integrated so well into the retro aesthetic that they don't stick out or ruin the vibe. The twin-clock analog dash with a digital insert is a perfect blend of old-school charm and modern functionality. Whether you're rolling into a vintage bike meetup or a modern dealership lot, it's hard not to be impressed. And let's not overlook the comfort factor. The wide, plush seat keeps your spine happy on longer hauls, and the relaxed foot peg positioning reduces fatigue without sacrificing control. The T120's ergonomics are tuned for a wide range of riders, with enough space for taller folks while keeping things accessible for those with shorter inseams. It's versatile, accommodating, and, most importantly, it never feels like it's trying too hard. At a retail price of $12,900, the Triumph Bonneville T120 offers significant savings over comparable Harley-Davidson models while delivering a more refined ride. It's not just about the money, it's about the experience, and this bike delivers that in spades. You get timeless design, daily usability, and engineering that won't leave you stranded or broke. But if you're after something heavier with a distinctly German twist, this next cruiser might just be the one. Number 6. BMW R18. For those who love old-school aesthetics but demand modern performance, the BMW R18 stands tall as a compelling European alternative to Harley-Davidson's heritage classic. This isn't just another cruiser, it's a dramatic blend of German precision, muscular stance, and nostalgic styling cues that harken back to the earliest days of motorcycling. The R18 makes a bold statement the moment it rolls into view, with its massive boxer engine, exposed shaft drive, and elegantly stretched frame geometry. This is a bike built for riders who want to feel like they're commanding a piece of rolling art without sacrificing functionality. At the center of the R18 is an air-cooled boxer engine displacing 1,802 cubic centimeters. It delivers 91 horsepower and a thunderous 116 pound-feet of torque. That kind of torque at low revs makes for powerful acceleration in any gear and delivers a satisfying surge of power when rolling on the throttle at cruising speed. The ride is further enhanced by a well-calibrated suspension system, Up front, telescopic forks soak up bumps with finesse, while a rear monoshock with cantilever design keeps the back end planted and balanced through sweeping corners. Braking is equally refined, with dual front discs and a single rear disc controlled by an advanced anti-lock braking system. Weighing in at 761 pounds, the bike feels substantial, but not unwieldy, and the low-slung center of gravity gives it surprising agility for its size. But what makes the R18 stand out even more is its clever fusion of form and function. You get full LED lighting wrapped in classic housings, delivering clear visibility while maintaining that retro look. One of the most rider-friendly features is the reverse gear, which makes maneuvering this big cruiser out of tight parking spots a breeze, something many Harley owners will envy. The ergonomics are relaxed with mid-mounted foot controls and a wide pullback handlebar that places the rider in a neutral, commanding position. The seat is plush enough for long hauls, and the sculpted fuel tank fits snugly between the knees, giving the rider a sense of control and balance even at low speeds. The craftsmanship is unmistakably German. Every weld, bolt, and cable feels meticulously placed. The exposed drive shaft is a nod to early BMW designs and doubles as a visual centerpiece, giving the R18 an industrial edge that blends perfectly with its smooth lines and minimalist layout. This is a machine that appreciates heritage without getting stuck in the past. From the blacked-out components to the polished aluminum accents, the bike screams quality from every angle. At a retail price of $18,700, the R18 positions itself right in the sweet spot for riders looking for big displacement cruiser power without stepping into the $30,000 range. It offers better torque figures than many Harley models in its class, and while it may not have the same brand mystique on American soil, it certainly commands respect at every stoplight. If you want that classic look with German innovation and dependable engineering, this is a machine you'll want to consider. Now let's head to Italy for a ride that brings serious firepower without the Harley price tag. We dug through real prices, rider data, and owner reviews. No hype, no guessing. If that's your style, hit subscribe. Number 5. Moto Guzzi V9 Bobber Special Edition. There's something undeniably special about Italian design, and when it's paired with old-school cruiser DNA, you get a motorcycle like the Moto Guzzi V9 Bobber Special Edition. This bike brings a raw, stripped-down aesthetic that hits just as hard in the style department as it does on the road. The V9 Bobber doesn't try to mimic the big boys. It carves its own path. Built in Mandello del Lario, Italy, the V9 oozes authenticity, blending European craftsmanship with classic American cruiser swagger. Underneath its low-profile silhouette is a transverse-mounted V-twin engine, displacing 853 cubic centimeters. It delivers 65 horsepower and 53 pound-feet of torque, offering a responsive punch with every twist of the throttle. The power delivery is clean and deliberate thanks to its fuel injection system and refined engine mapping. The suspension consists of traditional telescopic front forks paired with dual preload adjustable rear shocks, tuned for both stability and a touch of firmness. The shaft drive setup adds to the bike's clean aesthetic and removes the need for messy chain maintenance. With a curb weight of 470 pounds and a low seat height of just over 30 inches, the V9 Bobber is approachable without ever feeling flimsy. The design cues are where the V9 Bobber Special Edition really flexes its muscle. You get matte finishes, blacked-out metalwork, and fat tires wrapped around spoke wheels. It's a bobber in the purest sense, minimalist, low and muscular. The floating seat, chopped rear fender, and horizontal LED strip taillight complete the look. It's the kind of machine that looks custom even when it's bone stock. Riders who appreciate the stripped-down styling of Harley Street Bob will find a familiar edge here, but with a leaner, more refined feel. The V9 Bobber doesn't just look good, it feels planted and purposeful on the road. Thanks to its wide bars and neutral foot peg positioning, it handles better than you'd expect from a bike in this category. Whether you're cruising downtown or ripping through winding back roads, the bike's geometry and engine torque work together to create a truly engaging ride. It's not twitchy or overpowered. It's balanced, predictable, and confident. The dual-disc braking system with standard anti-lock braking technology ensures you can stop with confidence even under less than ideal conditions. Moto Guzzi also didn't skimp on practicality. The V9 comes standard with features like a digital instrument cluster and full LED lighting. While it doesn't go overboard with tech, the essentials are there, and they're executed well. One standout feature is its shaft drive, a rarity in this class and a serious bonus for riders who want to spend more time on the road and less time on maintenance. The best part? At a price of $10,490, the V9 Bobber Special Edition gives you something truly different. It's not just another clone of a Harley, it's an authentic European take on the cruiser formula, with real power, real craftsmanship, and real personality. It's lean, loud, in all the right ways and built to ride, not just show off. Speaking of muscle, the next bike delivers raw power like a fat bob, without the fat price. Number 4. Suzuki Boulevard M109R. If you have ever dreamed of owning a motorcycle that turns heads with its sheer presence alone, without even starting the engine, this might be the one. The Suzuki Boulevard M109R is not for the faint of heart. It is for riders who want to command the road with a bold stance, explosive acceleration, and unmistakable muscle bike attitude. This is one of the most powerful cruisers Japan has ever produced, and while Harley-Davidson fans love the Fat Bob 114 for its torque and profile, the M109R brings just as much thunder with a unique Japanese twist. At the heart of the M109R is a massive liquid-cooled V-twin engine displacing 1,783 cubic centimeters. It produces 128 horsepower and 118 pound-feet of torque, an eye-watering number for a cruiser of this type. This machine pulls hard in every gear and has the torque to keep going long after other bikes have flattened out. Whether you're blasting down the highway or opening it up at a green light, the acceleration is instantaneous and unapologetic. Suspension and handling are equally up to the challenge. The bike features inverted front forks that keep the nose composed during hard braking or aggressive cornering. It rolls on a gigantic 240mm rear tire that gives it a planted drag-style stance and delivers tons of grip. Paired with a dual-disc front brake setup and a stiff chassis, the M109R handles far better than you would expect from something this beefy. It tips the scales at just over 700 pounds, but thanks to a low-slung seat and forward-mounted foot controls, it feels manageable even at slower speeds or in traffic. Styling is another area where this bike shines. The headlight nacelle, stretched fuel tank, and sculpted rear fender give it an unmistakable silhouette. This is not a cruiser that blends into a lineup at bike night. The M109R announces itself with muscular lines, metallic paint finishes, and aggressive angles that make it look like it's moving fast, even when parked. The drag bars and forward controls reinforce that aggressive riding posture, putting you in a slightly leaned-in position that's perfect for launching down straightaways. Comfort isn't completely sacrificed either. The wide scoop seat provides enough support for long stints, and the suspension setup, while performance-focused, doesn't beat you up on rougher roads. For a bike that clearly puts power and style first, the ride quality remains surprisingly refined. It may not float over bumps like a touring bike, but it also doesn't punish you like some sport-focused cruisers do. With a retail price of $15,700, the M109R offers a serious value proposition. It delivers comparable or even better horsepower and torque numbers than Harley's Fat Bob 114, while coming in at a significantly more approachable price. You get performance, street presence, and mechanical reliability all in one aggressive package. But if long-distance luxury is more your speed, this next Japanese cruiser will surprise you. Number 3. Honda Gold Wing. When it comes to full-dress touring bikes, few names carry as much weight as the Honda Gold Wing. This machine is not just a motorcycle, it is a first-class travel experience on two wheels. Designed for riders who crave long-distance comfort, silky smooth power, and effortless performance, the Gold Wing has become the gold standard for serious touring riders across the United States. and in 2025 it continues to stand tall as a superior alternative to models like the Road Glide Limited. At the heart of the Goldwing is a liquid-cooled, flat six-cylinder engine displacing 1,833 cubic centimeters. This power plant produces 120 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque, giving it exceptional highway pull and the kind of torque-rich delivery that makes two-up riding with full luggage feel like nothing at all. Its power delivery is seamless, quiet, and incredibly refined, especially at cruising speeds. Whether you are climbing mountain passes or merging onto a busy interstate, the throttle response is immediate and confident. The chassis is a marvel of engineering. It features electronically adjustable suspension with a double wishbone front fork, similar to systems used in high-end luxury cars. That means road imperfections, potholes, and bridge seams are absorbed without disturbing your ride. Add in dual-disc front brakes with anti-lock braking system technology and a linked braking setup, and you have stopping power that matches its size. Despite tipping the scales at nearly 870 pounds, the Goldwing remains remarkably balanced at low speeds, thanks to its low center of gravity and clever weight distribution. Comfort is where the Goldwing leaves competitors behind. Heated seats and grips come standard. The seat itself is wide and plush, offering all-day support for both rider and passenger. Ergonomics are carefully dialed in to avoid fatigue on long rides, while the massive windscreen is electronically adjustable, allowing you to tailor your wind protection on the fly. There's also a full infotainment system with integrated navigation, smartphone connectivity, and a sleek digital display that keeps you informed without distracting from the ride. Storage is another category where this machine dominates. With integrated hard saddlebags and a massive rear trunk, the Goldwing offers more cargo space than most compact cars. You can load up for a cross-country trip with room to spare, and the fit and finish on every latch, panel, and hinge reflects Honda's legendary attention to detail. Even the passenger seat gets luxury treatment, with a tall backrest, armrests, and integrated audio controls, ensuring that two-up riding never feels like a compromise. All of this technology, power, and comfort comes at a premium, but not as much as you might expect. With a starting price of $20,000, the Goldwing offers far more refined engineering than Harley-Davidson's Road Glide Limited, while remaining in the same ballpark on cost. For riders who want bulletproof reliability, modern technology, and the kind of ride comfort that rivals a luxury sedan, the Goldwing is simply unmatched. From high-end tourers to everyday riders, our next bike delivers both versatility and value. Number 2. Indian Scout Bobber. If you want American muscle without the Harley-Davidson price tag, the Indian Scout Bobber should be right at the top of your list. With its stripped-down attitude, blackout styling, and low-slung silhouette, this bike brings serious attitude to the cruiser segment. It's aggressive without being overdone, powerful without being uncontrollable, and undeniably cool. For riders who love the look of the 48 or Nightster but want something a little different, and often better performing, the Scout Bobber delivers in all the right ways. At the heart of the Scout Bobber sits a liquid-cooled V-twin engine, displacing 1,133 cubic centimeters. This power plant pumps out 100 horsepower and 72 pound-feet of torque, offering a smooth surge of acceleration that's both punchy in town and stable at highway speeds. That much power in a mid-weight cruiser makes for an exhilarating experience, whether you're carving through back roads or opening it up on a wide-open straightaway. Braking comes from a solid disc setup front and rear, supported by an anti-lock braking system. The suspension is performance-tuned with telescopic forks up front and dual shocks in the rear. Firm, yes, but dialed in for responsive feedback and a connected ride. The Scout Bobber tips the scales at roughly 554 pounds, giving it a planted feel without making it a chore to maneuver. Styling-wise, it is unapologetically aggressive. From the chopped fenders to the slammed seat, everything about the Scout Bobber is designed to turn heads. The forward-set foot pegs and drag-style handlebars create an aggressive riding stance, and the minimalist instrument cluster keeps the cockpit clean and focused. This bike is for riders who want that look, the bold, muscular profile that lets everyone know you mean business the moment you pull into a parking lot. But it's not just a looker. This bike is equipped with keyless ignition, an LED headlight for better nighttime visibility, and a low seat height of just under 26 inches, making it accessible to a wide range of riders. Whether you're tall and lanky or short and stocky, the Scout Bobber finds a way to fit. And the ergonomics aren't just for show. You'll feel comfortable and in control from mile 1 to mile 100. The Scout Bobber also proves that simplicity can be a strength. There are no bloated infotainment systems or unnecessary electronics cluttering up the experience. You get everything you need, power, handling, and attitude, with none of the fluff. It's this focus on essential performance that makes the Scout Bobber such a favorite among serious riders. The real kicker? The price. At just $10,700, this motorcycle undercuts Harley's 48 and Nightster by several $1,000s, while offering superior performance specs and a build quality that's earned Indian a solid reputation in the cruiser community. It's hard to beat that kind of value, especially when it comes wrapped in a package that looks this good and rides even better. So if you're in the market for an American cruiser that gives you torque, style, and street presence without emptying your wallet, the Indian Scout Bobber is one of the smartest buys you can make in 2025. And now, our #1 pick for riders who want a stylish, reliable cruiser that's half the price of a Harley. Number 1. Honda Rebel 500. You do not have to be a veteran rider or a millionaire to enjoy the freedom of the open road. Sometimes all it takes is a solid motorcycle with simple charm, bulletproof reliability, and a price tag that won't make your wallet cry. Enter the Honda Rebel 500, a cruiser that's earned a reputation as one of the best gateway bikes ever made, and yet it holds its own even among more powerful machines. It is a pure, no-nonsense alternative to the Iron 883, and in many ways it's a better overall package for real-world riders. At the core of the Rebel 500 is a liquid-cooled 4-stroke parallel twin engine, displacing 471 cubic centimeters. It produces 47 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque, which may not sound like much on paper, but it's more than enough to carve up back roads, cruise comfortably on the highway, or weave through city traffic with ease. The Rebel's 6-speed transmission is smooth and forgiving, while its lightweight chassis makes maneuvering feel intuitive and natural. Weighing in at just under 410 pounds, the Rebel is ideal for those who want a nimble machine without giving up highway capability. Suspension duties are handled by conventional front forks and dual rear shocks tuned for everyday comfort, and braking is covered by a single front disc and rear disc setup with standard anti-lock braking system for added safety and peace of mind. One of the biggest advantages the Rebel 500 holds over traditional Harley-Davidson cruisers is its ergonomics. While Harleys tend to stretch the rider out with forward controls and wide bars, the Rebel's mid-mounted foot pegs and relaxed handlebar position create a comfortable and upright riding stance that appeals to a broader range of riders. Whether you are 5'5" or 6'2", this bike adjusts to you naturally. The seat height is an incredibly low 27.2 inches, allowing nearly every rider to plant both feet flat on the ground, something that builds confidence, especially for beginners. The Rebel 500 is not just practical, it looks good doing it. The blacked-out engine, minimalist bodywork, and LED lighting package give it a sleek, modern edge that rivals any custom cruiser on the lot. The round headlight, slim fuel tank, and bobbed rear fender deliver a clean, purposeful silhouette that stands out without being loud or over-designed. It is the kind of bike that earns compliments from both old-school gearheads and young newcomers alike. Now let's talk about one of the biggest strengths of the Rebel: cost of ownership. This bike is famously low maintenance, with Honda's bulletproof engineering ensuring you'll spend more time riding and less time wrenching. Chain maintenance is straightforward, oil changes are easy, and the engine rarely demands attention. Fuel economy is also impressive, allowing for long rides between fill-ups and less time at the gas pump. At a retail price of $6,500, the Honda Rebel 500 is not just an affordable option, it is one of the smartest buys in the entire cruiser segment. Whether you are brand new to riding or a seasoned motorcyclist looking for something light, stylish, and incredibly dependable, The Rebel stands tall as a worthy competitor to any entry-level Harley-Davidson. Which of these bikes would you choose over a Harley? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more head-to-head motorcycle comparisons. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.